Coach Prime loses to ex-wife Pilar Sanders in son Shiloh's honest future admission that we don't see Deion Sanders usually reacting on the sidelines as he dons his stoic personality of Coach Prime. But in 2023, when Colorado played against their rival Colorado State Rams, well, Coach Prime couldn't control himself. I'm a coach, but every now and then, during a game, I have a dad moment, confessed the Hall of Famer as Shiloh Sanders caught an interception and ran 80 yards for a pick six, sealing a 45-35 double overtime win for the Buffs. In another dad moment, he very recently thanked the Tampa Bay Buccaneers HC for giving Shiloh a hand in his NFL future when he went undrafted in late April. Still, it's always a competition in the Sanders household, and Deion's ex-wife and Shiloh's mother Pilar is not dropping the towel either. In fact, when the duo's divorce got settled, Shiloh confessed how his mother getting full custody was all I have wanted for years. And this wasn't the only time I stand up for my mother turned out to be true. In a funny moment last year when Shiloh took Pilar to Whole Soul Restaurant to get Shiloh Bowl, a dish named after him, he had to yield to his mother's wishes again. Apparently, that dish was served with labels Coach Prime's son and CU Boulder football star. There was no mention of Pilar. So she quipped, "I don't get any credit for making you." And Shiloh again stood up in the humorous moment to credit his mother by getting the dish's name changed to simply the Shiloh Bowl by Shiloh Sanders. Seemingly, she has won over Deion time and again. So even though the Colorado Boulder alum has moved to Tampa, seems like the challenge for Deion is standing as is. Is it karma for not ranking Shiloh higher in his kids, Deion? In a video posted by Satan Sports, Shiloh reads what seems to be a fan question in one of his live streams. Who do I miss being around most in my family? With a wide smile, the 25-year-old responded, "I'm not gonna lie, I like being away from family right now. Not having my mom close by, it's pretty different not having her close by. 'Cause in Colorado, she lived right across the street. Come help me if I needed good cooking, if I needed help with anything. You know she's right across the street. But now that everybody's moved, I don't know. I don't have mom across the street no more, y'all." Well, we might have seen moments with Deion Sanders and Shiloh together, but the moments that Shiloh shared with his mom don't come on live television, right? Yet, Shiloh picking his mom as his guiding light shows the bond that was there and shows how significant Pilar's presence is in his life is. Be it his Colorado Pro Day showing or last year on Senior Day, Pilar never misses a chance to show support for her son. However, we are sure she would pack her bags and booking a ticket to see her son soon. In the meantime, the undrafted safety is showing that the number, or the lack thereof, doesn't matter if you have the hunger and grit. Shiloh Sanders is impressing at Tampa Bay, with Deion still pushing him. As Shiloh carves out a role for himself with the Bucks, he's bringing both his parents' influences with him. His mom's emotional support and his father's relentless drive. We witnessed that on the Pro Day when Coach Prime set a 4.4 target for the 40-yard dash and even trolled Shiloh laughingly for not achieving that. But now that the safety is at Tampa Bay, one would expect Coach Prime to finally relent, right? In a recent IG story, Deion Sanders will never stop pushing him and will demand the very best from Shiloh, even in the NFL. The Buffs head coach shared a screenshot posted from at Blacklove page, praised his son, and demanded on-field performances. "I'm so proud of Shiloh Sanders. He's focused, dedicated, and hungry. I can't wait to see the product he puts on the field. They have a real purpose, and y'all know why." #dad.coachprime. Shiloh is making the most of his opportunity at Tampa Bay and is showcasing his talent. The Bucks safety even sent a proclamation that he was on to changing his path and was trusting God to learn and grow there. Moreover, Shiloh can even make the cut since the Bucks didn't select a safety in the draft, and he is only one of 2 rookie safeties whom the Bucks drafted as free agents. Coach Todd Bowles even praised Shiloh and said, "He's very intelligent, he's very loud." All these factors hint that Shiloh might have a shot at cracking the 53-man roster. And we know Pilar is right there to hype him up. Cormani McClain takes up heartwarming initiative for Florida, which gets backed by Mother Kaishri. Last year, Cormani McClain was at the center of national attention after a tumultuous spell at Colorado. The former 5-star recruit arrived in Boulder with lofty aspirations, only to see things fall apart with concerns over his work ethic and dedication. Even Coach Prime himself publicly criticized him. Having entered the transfer portal, McClain made what appeared to be a desperation leap to Florida. Many saw his arrival in Gainesville as a last-ditch effort, a walk-on, battling not only for playing time but for a scholarship. There were early whispers of missed meetings and off-field issues, but those were dispelled quickly by Florida insiders. The turnaround has been nothing short of dramatic. In his first season at Florida, McClain faced an abbreviated schedule due to injury, yet he still made a mark with a pick-six against Kentucky during his limited snaps. Now, after an offseason dedicated to bulking up, adding 20 pounds, and running 23 miles per hour on the treadmill during winter drills, he has positioned himself as a likely starter for the Gators in 2025. Speaking of comebacks, McClain's development off the field has motivated him to pay it forward in a major way. His post made it apparent that he's passionate about engaging with the Education Foundation at Meadowbrook. He wrote on X, "Shout out to Education Foundation for the chance to connect at Meadowbrook. We played, laughed, and encouraged teamwork all in one afternoon. Join the impact." Truthfully, it's difficult not to get pumped up with him. This isn't a fleeting shout-out. McClain's pouring genuine effort into giving back to local kids, and it's becoming one of the most sensational aspects of his comeback tale. Following his roller coaster ride from five-star prospect to walk-on, then ultimately securing that scholarship at Florida, McClain's been on a mission to channel his experience into mentorship and service. He is already engaged in initiatives like Made for More, a Gainesville nonprofit that supports student-athletes in academics, life skills, and leadership. But this initiative with the Education Foundation brings it to a whole new level. So, what's the story behind this charity work? McClain is about making education available and inspiring for children who may not have the resources or support at home. Mommy Dearest amplifying Cormani's mission. McClain's ride with the Florida Gators has been a roller coaster, but if there has been one steady hand in all the ups and downs, it is his mom. When Cormani tweeted about joining in partnership with the Education Foundation and committing to reach out at Meadowbrook, his mom was there in an instant to help spread the word with a retweet. It's a simple gesture, but those familiar with Cormani's story know how much that support means. From the drama of recruitment days to his journey at Colorado and now building a reputation with the Gators, his mother has remained outspoken and in the spotlight at every turn. Her tweet during his recruitment, expressing her desire for her son to be somewhere he would be loved, not just tolerated, is still fresh in everyone's memory. The protective energy was intact, even when things got dirty. When he played his first game for the Gators, she was there on social media, basking in the moment. You're going to have some good days and bad days. Continue to believe in yourself, the team, and your coaches. Better days will come. Cormani is emerging as a football prospect and community leader, with Mom is at the forefront. Her retweet is an endorsement, a message to the community that Cormani's work reflects authenticity.